What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joe the Juggernaut Joyce. Joe the Juggernaut Joyce has came out and said he wants all the smoke from Povetkin, okay? He wants Alexander Povetkin. He wants to fight this guy. He wants to beat this guy. He says, hopefully, I can fight Povetkin or maybe Takam for the vacant European heavyweight title. If Jarrell Miller is flushed out, I'll fight him next. No problem for me. WBA gold belt. Now, I mentioned Povetkin because Povetkin is the top echelon of those names that he mentioned, and he mentioned him first. So obviously he wants the smoke from Povetkin. So let's focus on that guy. Forget about Miller, forget about Takam. Let's focus on this particular guy. If he wants it, let him have it. I remember this guy called out Luis Ortiz at one point. Ortiz responded immediately, surprisingly. Because a lot of times it takes him a week and a half to get the memo, the email, the news, whatever. But he got it from Joe Joyce. And he told Joe Joyce, that's going to be your first loss. And it was crickets. But now Joe Joyce has picked another opponent. He selected that opponent, his target. You know, Povetkin, of course, just did a video on him wanting Tyson Fury. Well, if he can't get Fury, hey, there's Joe Joyce, another big guy. Not as fast, but just as big. You know what I mean? I think Povetkin has problems with bigger guys, but his advantage is he can get to the inside. He can put his head to the chest. He can target the chest of these bigger guys. And if he can keep his head there mid-range, he can rip those uppercuts and hooks like he's so notorious for doing. Ask Joshua, ask Fury. You know what I mean? Ask these guys about Povetkin. Ask Hasim Rahman, right? He's a victim of Povetkin. A lot of people come victim of that left hook because they got caught and slapped in the face with it, right? He's an aggressive hooker. And he impressed me with his endurance in that fight. He went 12 rounds. You know, the question is, can Joe Joyce keep up with that kind of aggression at his point of his career? But knowing Joe Joyce at his age, he has to do something fast. So I wouldn't encourage him to keep padding certain guys and stuff like that. Yeah, he took out Stavern. That was a pretty impressive, but Stavern was on his way out. Now it's time to raise the bar. It's time to raise the bar and get in there with somebody like Povetkin. So I like the call out, you know. But when Povetkin does answer and say, I want the smoke, I want Joe Joyce to step up. I don't want him to do what he did with Luis Ortiz. I want him to step up because he mentioned Povetkin. He mentioned Ortiz. So it's time for him to deliver. Don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. Let's hope this is not the case. Let's hope it's more than talk. If he wants all the smoke, by God, give it to him. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Joyce wants the smoke. It's time for him to shine. And I don't blame him. Why not? Let's get it on. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Joe Joyce calling out Alexander Povetkin. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.